Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am having the honor of your sergeant at arms for this session. So, welcome to today's 231st meeting of Hoodi Toastmasters Club and 79th meeting of Whitefield Toastmasters Club. So, as all of us have some goals to meet a mission, Toastmasters also has a mission. The mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning and experience so that members here are empowered to learn leadership and communication skills, resulting in greater self-growth and personal self-confidence. Now, I would like to share some ground rules before start the meeting. First of all, please switch off your phone or put them on silent mode. I will also put my phone on silent mode. Second, as a Toastmasters, we are not prohibited, but we generally avoid to speak on taboo topics such as sex, religion, and politics. If someone wants to speak on these topics, please speak in such a way that it should be non-offensive or non-derogatory. And third, if some speaker or any role taker is speaking, please avoid any crosstalk or avoid movement in or inside or outside the room. And for the benefit of all, drinking water is available behind me and near the staircase also, and washrooms are also located near the staircase. And with this, I would like to announce this meeting as open, and now I want to hand over the podium to presiding officer of the day, who is none less than a celebrity for Toastmasters community, TM Arun.
Big round of applause for Kamal. Came to know I am a celebrity. Thank you, Kamal. Am I visible and audible to everyone? Yes. To the camera? Recording? Important. Thank you. Big round of applause for Toastmaster Radha first. What a first bench sincerity, literally. Seating everybody here in the order of their importance in the meeting. Oh my God. I wanted one VIP seat, she couldn't arrange for one. It's okay. Welcome to fantastic rendezvous meeting between Whitefield Toastmasters and Hoodi Toastmasters. My name is Arun Sriram. I am currently the president of Hoodi Toastmasters Club. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to a wonderful meeting, hopefully on a Sunday morning. Hope it's going to be worth all your time. And before I get going on Toastmasters, etc., let me also get a view from people who are attending this meeting as a non-Toastmasters, as a guest. Since it's a rendezvous meeting, I really don't know who are members and who are guests. So if you can just identify yourself as a guest, that you're not an, yes please, okay. Fantastic, so many, okay. I've heard you sir last week, but for the benefit of everyone here, I'm just going to request each of you to come here. One line about yourself and what you expect from this meeting. Yes sir, please. Deb, yeah.
Good morning everyone. Yeah, sorry. So my name is Devendra Mishra. You can call me Dev or Deva. Toastmaster is not new to me. I had joined it long back. That would be some 15 years back. So I thought let me, kind of start it again. So just joined Hoodi Toastmaster as a guest, and this is my second session. There is no end to, how much you can learn and when you can learn. So with that perspective, I am joined this. I said it's never too late, just to be, making yourself in a not so familiar or comfortable environment and challenge yourself to come up with something that will help you grow further. So there's always a lot to learn. So that's where I am here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Okay, no problem, no problem. Yes, can you just come over?
Hello everyone, I'm Sanjit Arya, and I just came here because this thing is a little bit out of comfort zone for me, and doing something out of comfort zone eventually give you some enjoyment. So that's why I came here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Whitefield in general is outside comfort zone for anybody in Bangalore. So well done, thank you. Yes, next guest please. Yes, your name?
Hello everyone, myself Sanket, and sometime back, I think around 2-3 years back, I have attended some session, 2 or 3 session, that's all. After that I could not continue, and today is after long, this is the first session actually, and I'm not good in public speaking and all, so I just want to learn. That's what I thought of visiting and how it will be helpful for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and hope this time it's not going to be 2-3 times, much more than that. Thank you. Yes, please. You can hold this close to your mouth and then talk. Okay. Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Indumati. I want to try new things and also I want to enhance my communication, so that's why I came here.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you can keep your communication this crisp, you're already arrived. Thank you. Yes, please. Next. Guest. Yes, please.
Hello everyone, myself Ayushi. I have joined Toastmasters in order to strengthen my communication skills and meet new people, networking. So yeah, this is my 3rd or 4th meeting for Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Any more guests? Yes, please.
Hello everyone, this is Sapna here. I've been suggested from one of my friend that this is a very good forum to interact, to socialize. I'm new to Bangalore, so wanted to be among like-minded people. Though I don't have any fear to be here, and I love to be on stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wishing you more stage time, Sapna. Are we done? Any more guests? Yes, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Priyank. So yeah, it's my first day, so I'm here to work on my communication and the soft skills. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Priyank. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Neetu. This is my first this is the first time I'm attending this. The idea is to hopefully strengthen my oratory skills. And I came to know about this, that there is this franchisee where you people meet recently, only last week through Sanket. And basically I forced myself into asking him, I forced him to take me. So I'm hoping oratory excellence will come. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. A lot of us are hoping the same. And okay, now a little bit about Toastmasters. People who have joined for the first time, you already know what you are into. You are here to improve your communication skills, your interpersonal skills and leadership skills. Toastmaster was founded 100 years back by a gentleman called Dr. Ralph C. Smedley with a very simple objective of making people better at public speaking. And as time went by, public speaking is almost now like a byproduct of whatever you choose to do in Toastmasters. And the tagline of Toastmasters is where leaders are made. So leadership is what will be your core when you take up Toastmasters as a journey, and it is a marathon and not a sprint. People take up different pathways, people get mentors, people get going with their public speeches, a lot of contests, networking. So people who are here for the first time, be rest assured you are in a very safe space, that you are not going to be judged, except that you will be evaluated when you come on stage on how you perform here. But for that, it's an extremely safe space where everybody is here to help everyone else shine. Today we have a very special topic because tax filing is around. Suddenly people realize that they need to dig deep into their pockets and pay the exchequer of the country some money out of their own earning. People like me are unable to pay taxes because there's no income to start with. I am a full-time artist, so I generally go around weekend to multiple places in Bangalore to ask for money. Okay, so that's what I do. You don't believe me, you'll have to follow me on Instagram. Okay, I've been asking Radha for money for the last 1 year roughly. She is not bothered to pay me 1 rupee yet. Okay, so, or did you? No, again a round of applause for Radha and Trilok for putting this together. Can we have a huge round of applause? It's not easy to do a linkers meet, be it 2 clubs or 4 clubs. The amount of effort they have put, having been part of the WhatsApp group, the kind of things that they make sure it happens. A lot of times it's about what could fail and being wary of it and planning against it, and I think they have done a fantastic job of putting this together. Even before the first speech, I can tell you this is a successful event. Today on the topic of budget, we have somebody who has given an extremely interesting introduction. This gentleman is a financial planner. He will tell people how to plan their budget, how to save, where to invest, where to spend, etc. Except that when he budgets, he always goes above budget. Yeah. So, besides that, I was just worried for my own mortality. And apart from that, he says he doesn't budget for luxuries and personal items. Okay, those spends he will anyway do. And of course, he's been a Toastmaster with Whitefield Toastmasters Club, and he introduced himself as somebody who's retired. He looks charming. If I met him in the railway station, I would have thought he was some Amway guy who's coming out to reach out for me. Welcome, sir. Welcome on stage. Our Toastmaster of the day, Gopinathan. Arun.
I'll keep it here. Is that okay? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Toastmasters and guests. It's a huge crowd, and thank you, Arun. Incidentally, I had been in Amway as well. Good. So today we have a nice theme, and when I saw the theme, I was thinking about my dad, and he was meticulously and diligently planning his budget. It was in the year probably 1960s and 70s when I was a small boy. Why he had to plan his budget so well? Because he was a government employee with a small salary and a big family of 9. I have 3 elder siblings and 3 younger ones. So you can call me as the middleman, correct? Not in other sense, middleman. Okay. So he had to meticulously plan his monthly budget, and he had an accounting book. In fact, the basics of accounting I learned from him only. So he has an accounting book where everything will be written down, every bit of expense will be written down to 1 paise. I used to see entries given to Gopinath for bus 8 paisa, returned by Gopinath 2 paisa. Sometimes without change he will give 10 paisa. So I have to give back 2 paisa. That was the extent of his accounting. That's why he called diligently maintains. So I have learned those things from him, and by and large I could manage my budget within my means, at the same time aspiring for better things. Now today, as a Toastmaster of the day, I will need to tell you the 3 things, how the whole program will go on. We have 3 sessions. One is the prepared speech session, where speakers will be preparing from pathways what they have chosen. They will give a prepared speech. And second thing will be a table topic session, which is an impromptu session where someone will be conducting the session and people will be coming here and giving speech just on their toes, just an impromptu speech. Third will be a general evaluation of the whole session. That will be conducted by a gentleman called G, General Evaluator, with his 3 assistants, that is called tag team, the timer, counter, and grammarian. Now, before I introduce today's G, I need to tell something about him. It's very easy to make someone cry, and we are all good in that. But it is very difficult to make someone laugh. And this gentleman has the talent and creativity, making someone laugh at will. I still remember a session he has taken in Sunshine Toastmasters years back that still makes me laugh. So this gentleman is doing a consultancy, and he does consultancy in coaching and developing organizations with using storytelling and these kind of creativity activities, which actually displays his ability to create humor. When I asked him about budgeting, he told me he finishes the whole budget, entire travel budget, before he even starts the journey. That also made me laugh. So please help me welcome today's general evaluator to share his role, DTM KVM Kishore.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, sir, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here, especially after years of sitting before a screen with people who would not budge in spite of requesting multiple times to turn on the cameras. Having an audience that actually shooting with cameras is like an absolute delight. Almost like a state level volleyball team getting the audience of an India-Pakistan cricket match. So thank you so much whoever has strived towards putting together this event. As we are talking about budgeting, we all, whether you believe it in whichever religion, not making it religious, but it's said that all your good things are maintained in one book and bad things are maintained in another book, and we all hope that the bad book is lost, but apparently they don't. They keep a track of all these things, and if you believe in the Indic tradition, there is somebody called as Yamadharmaraja who kind of maintains a track of all these things. I know I look like that. Sometimes people even think I look like his ride, the buffalo. But trust me, today my job is going to be pretty much the same thing. This is a fantasy that most Toastmasters have. He is funny, so let us make him GE. So that he will have to pay attention to everybody, not have a good time, and also come back and have the responsibility of telling people, hey, you did this wrong, okay. So let me do that job. So as a general evaluator, my job would be to evaluate the session in totality from the beginning to the end. And in doing this role, I have three wonderful people who are going to help me. The first one is going to be the grammarian. Today's grammarian is going to be Vishnupriya. Vishnupriya says that when talking about budgeting, she specifically mentions a very insider thing about women, that what happens with budgeting when they enter a beauty parlor is very difficult to guess, because what starts off as probably just a nail trimming ends up having an entire spa experience. So let's listen more from her. Please put your hands together for Vishnupriya, who would be the timer for today. Sorry, grammarian for today.
Thank you, Chikeshwar. Hello, everyone, and my fellow Toastmaster and the guest here. I will be taking care of grammarian role today. It is a responsibility where I will pay attention to every speaker and see very carefully listen them and see if there is any good proper usage of language. And also I will also see in case there is any kind of improvement in terms of language, I would include that as well in the feedback session once it is over. Apart from that, I will also, it's not only about feedback, there are certain areas where we will say outstanding words like a quote or any unique word that in a vocabulary we can use. I will also note it down that way. So it is immense pressure for me. This is my second time I am attending this Toastmaster, and I am handling a role. I think this is a good opportunity for me as well in terms of learning the grammar and also the usage of every people who are going to speak here. So today's word of the day is diligently. Diligently means it's being careful and in a way you express things in a detailed way as well. And we have also a phrase of the day, which is basically says take the bull by the horn, which means in a difficult situation, how you are handling with a brave and a confident way. So that's a topic for the day. I would suggest everybody to use those things in your conversation or in your speech. That would be great. Thank you so much. You have it.
Thanks, Vishnupriya. There is a psychological concept saying that when somebody says, don't think about the blue elephant, there is nothing other than the blue elephant that you will think of. Similarly, whatever is the word of the day that grammarian thinks, people generally use every other word other than that word, because that is the one that is supposed to be used. So I request all of you diligently make an effort to use the word diligently. Okay. Right. Let's move on to the next role for today, which is the counter being played by Bhimshankar. He did not speak anything about budget because he is still a student, and we really don't know what are the pocket monies kids are getting these days. So we'll get to know about it. Let's invite Bhimshankar. Bhimshankar, what are you studying? BCA, right?
Yeah,
BCA. So BCA kids, what is the average amount of pocket money they get?
No, I don't get any.
You don't get any pocket money. Okay, please go ahead, tell us your role. Yeah.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am Bhima, a counter for today's meeting. My role is to help us become aware of filler sounds like and so, during speeches. I will provide feedback later. Let's aim for clear and impactful communication. Whenever any speaker takes the stages, I will take note of any filler sounds or crutch words used by the speaker. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Only if you replay your videos of speeches, you will understand how pain it is to have ahs and ums. And we have one exclusive person in our meetings who will count that for you. And trust me, you will feel like you spoke like okay, trust me, you will speak like you will feel like you spoke like Martin Luther King Jr., but you will have at least 6 to 7 hours in your first line. Okay. So the next one, the important role that we have is the timer role being played by Karthik, and Karthik says that his style of budgeting is based on a very simple principle of need versus want. So let's listen from Karthik more about the role. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kishore. Okay. Good morning, everyone. All right. So I was going through what should I talk about it. Anyhow, everybody, most of us know red card, yellow card, and green card. So first thing is, I learned the quote by James Scully, who is Apple former CEO. He says, timing is everything. Timing is everything in life. That second time when I read the quote, timing is everything in life, that made a lot more sense. So the timing role, the timing is very crucial part of it. Like I just, when I looked at it, it is 4 key elements I really liked about it. One is, when you have proper timings, it enhances your speech and it provides at least an opportunity to interact with the audience, and it gives very high impactful speeches, and it provides the right pace as well. So that's why it is very important. As part of timer, I would say I'll monitor and measure. One is table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. Typically, I will show a green card for a minimum time, and yellow card for a targeted time, and a red card for a maximum time, and there is always a grace period. I am just going through the next few things just for the purposes of mostly the new Toastmasters and guests. A lot of veterans will know about this. First thing is for typical table topic speakers, it's 2 minutes. 1 minute I'll raise the green card, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow card, 2 minutes red card. And for the icebreakers, it's typically 4 to 6 minutes. 4 minutes green card, 5th minute yellow card, and 6th minute red card. And the next one is the prepared speeches, which is 5 to 7 minutes. 5th minute green card, 6th minute yellow card, and 7th minute red card. And for evaluation, it's 2 to 3 minute speeches. 2 minutes green card, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow card, and 3rd minute red card. And every speech has a grace period of 30 seconds as well. All right. Thank you for your support, and finally, all the best for the speakers. Today it's going to be a rocking period. Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes. Tag team and speech.
Thanks, Karthik. So let's not delay it further. There are some wonderful speeches and some interesting table topics lined up for the day. So let's look forward to it. Back to you for the Toastmaster of the day, Mr.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM KVM Kishore. I was also a little intrigued by the name of your consulting company. It is called Mithya, means it's not real. It's not there. You think it is there, but it's not there. But actually it is there. So when he comes back, I am just curious to know how he gave that name Mithya, you know. Thank you so much. So we'll take the meeting to the next level. That is the next phase rather, not next level. Maybe it will be a next level because of the speeches. So that is the prepared speeches session. And the first speech we have, before I call the speaker, I would like to call the evaluator. When I asked the evaluator about her budgeting thing, she only told me that she never budgets for saris, which means either she doesn't buy saris or she has no budget for saris. Whatever she likes, she'll go for it. So that's typical of my wife as well. Okay. And she is an engineer by profession, soon to become a professor. So please help me welcome our evaluator of the first speech, Toastmaster Whitefield.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, Toastmaster Gopinath, for that introduction. Good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. I am here as Speech Evaluator 1 for today's meeting. My target speaker is giving her speech from the Pathway Effective Coaching. It is a Level 1 Project 4. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. I shall present my report when called upon by the General Evaluator again in the third segment of the meeting. Until then, happy Toastmastering and diligently handing the stage back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Gopinath. Thank you.
Now it's time to call our first speaker. When I asked her about her introduction and what she told me about budgeting experience, that reminded me of my very close friend, Bhaskar. And he's a smoker. I used to ask him, "Hey Bhaskar, why don't you quit smoking here?" He would say, "Arey, I have quit several times." You agree? That's time for laugh. I have quit several times. So she told every year she would make budget for becoming very diligent with the budget. Obviously, it runs out. So that's what she does every year. So that is what I got reminded of my friend. So she is this first speaker. Let me call upon Toastmaster Toastmaster Ranju for her speech title, A to C to ABC. A to C to ABC, Toastmaster Ranju.
Hello everyone, good morning.
So how many of you know how to drive? Oh, that's almost everyone. Anything, maybe a car. Okay. So how many of you can drive? That's a puzzle look from everyone. I can explain, there is a difference, I promise. So you see, I know everything about driving, A to Z. In particular, A to C, as my driving instructor tells me. There is only ABC in a car: accelerator, brake and clutch. So I can eat your ears off with different parking techniques, how to do hillside assistance, how to change your flat tire. You just ask, I can do it. So the thing is, my husband, he didn't even dare to ask me that question, that $1 million question, do you know how to drive? And we went to a party. When we went there, he enjoyed few drinks with utmost confidence in me that I would be the responsible one taking us home. And here is a spoiler alert, somebody else dropped us off. So next day morning, he came to me with slight confusion and bit annoyance. He confronted me. So he came to me, he asked, so you told me you know how to drive. And I was like, yeah, I know how to drive. Then why didn't you drop us yesterday? I was like, did I ever tell you that I can drive? He got the biggest revelation in his life. I know everything theoretically. I know A to Z, but ABC is nothing for me. So here is the backstory. When I was 18, my cousins and I decided to enroll in nearby driving school. We were living in a village, so we went there, and the instructor was extremely thrilled. It's very rare that he get a pack of students. So we all couldn't fit into his Maruti 800, so we piled into his big open Jeep. The steering of the Jeep was so stubborn that we had to swing on it to make a turn. And we were entertaining a group of onlookers. It was a diverse group of men and women, and we entertained them for 2 weeks. At the end of second week, we all walked away with license, and thanks to our instructors' influential powers, we all got license. I kept mine safe for 10 years, occasionally using it as ID card. When I finished my story, when I finished recounting this story to my husband, he was less than amused. Determined to turn me into a real driver, he became my instructor. Now it's my 2 cents for every lady out there. Never ever try to learn driving from your husband or from your brother. There is another category which includes these two. If these are your friend's husband or friend's brother, they are the best. Their patience, oh man, they even deserve a Peace Prize for that. However, after making traffic jams in various cities and states, I made some progress. I was able to drive on Bandh or Hattal. If you know, when there is no traffic, I was able to drive. And I was so adamant that I will conquer manual gear shifting. I was not ready to give up. My husband told me 10 times. I was so adamant, and I stick to my policy until I drove an automatic car for the first time. I was considering it as a symbol of women empowerment. But when I drove the automatic car for the first time, I gave it up. I exchanged my husband's manual shift car to an automatic one within no time. He was not here, so I was in charge. I didn't even ask him.
I consider it as another act of human empowerment. So I took my car from the dealership to my place in Kochi at a majestic speed of 20 to 30 kilometers. Basically, I taught people behind me how to honk. And nevertheless, despite all the chaos happened, it was a dream come true day for me. I drove independently, even though it was an automatic car. So the journey taught me an important lesson. Be patient, be consistent. Results happen over time, not overnight. Now, not only I do know how to drive, but also I can drive. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranju, for that wonderful speech that really reminded every one of us about our initial days of learning driving. I was reminded of initially, helping my wife to learn driving, and afterwards, when we were all traveling as a family, we used to giggle behind, saying that, you see, that one pothole is coming, let us see how she is. And she'll very cleverly manage around it and exactly go in the middle of it and everybody. And she will not leave any of the potholes on the road. That's how she used to be initially. Of course, now she has driven in the roads of Kuala Lumpur, just left, right, center, everywhere she has driven. So it's an initial phase of everybody's learning journey. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Now we'll go to the second speech. Before I call upon the speaker, I would like to call the evaluator, who is one of my favorite Toastmasters. He is working as a leadership coach in Adobe, and his response about budgeting really was very insightful. He told budgeting means to him that managing all the important resources in life, that is money, time and energy, and budget just reminds him of managing that very diligently. Please help me welcome our Toastmaster Vineet as an evaluator.
So he's deriving from the pathway decision mastery and this is project 3, and finally is try to. So Toastmaster Dharani is delivering his speech from Pathways Presentation Mastery, Project 3, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance her speech. All the best, Toastmaster Dharani. Back to you, sir. Toastmaster Gopinath.
This works like a musical chair. Okay. The second speaker today, when I asked him to introduce him, he gave me a very hilarious story. That's about his bachelor time. He was living with his friends as bachelors, and every month everyone used to make a budget, monthly budget. And he had a very careful observation. The people who had girlfriends, they always overrun the budget. And he has also not mentioned whether he was one of them. So please help me welcome this Toastmaster to deliver his speech named Dilemma. I'm not very sure it was the dilemma between the girlfriend and the budget, but he will only tell us. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Dharani to deliver his speech called Dilemma. Dilemmas, Toastmaster Dharani.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so that was a made-up story, actually. Yeah, okay, just to be clear. I had been thinking about this session from the time the message was posted in the group about who is going to take what role. I was wondering, should I pick this role speech role, or should I pick a different role, or should I just skip this week altogether, and all of those stuff. In the process, I realized I have been taking so much time to take a decision, even though it's a matter of few minutes. I have been still going through this dilemma. So I thought I will delve deep into this topic today of dilemmas. As humans, we all love choices. We all love to have more and more choices. For example, if we are going to a shop to buy a clothes, say if I want to buy a t-shirt, I would prefer a lot of collections in the store. And even within that, I would prefer to have huge number of designs. And within each design, I would prefer a lot of colors. Within each color, I would prefer multiple sizes, of course, so that I can try, fit everything, so that I can be happily coming out of the shop. So this is something we think, okay, having more choices is always better, but sometimes it's not always the case. So that's where this dilemma comes in, and it gets more and more complex when we have more choices and all those choices are equally unfavorable. What I mean by that is, say we have three options, and we don't like all the three options, but we are forced to take one option because of the circumstances. That's when the decision gets tougher and tougher. Now, while I was researching about this, I came up with three broadly defined dilemmas. Like one is a personal dilemma, the second one is a professional dilemma, and third one is an ethical dilemma. So I want to just touch upon all these three types of dilemmas. I'm sure most of you would be able to relate to this, because we often go through this without even knowing that we are actually going through this dilemma. First one is a personal dilemma, because 2 days back, few of my friends called me. We met after a long time, and suddenly we planned for a Chikmagalur trip next week. I'm not sure what we are going to do there during this monsoon time, but still we planned it for the next weekend, and I had to say yes to my friends. Then after coming back home, I realized, okay, I had one more important thing to do next weekend. Probably it's there for most of us in this room also, I guess, which is nothing but, of course, filing IT returns, so which has been pending for a long time for me. So now I don't know what to do, because I'm still in the process of making that decision. I can't say no because already all the bookings and everything has been done. So this is the dilemma I'm going through right now, but it isn't that complex of a decision. Even I know if I mess it up, I can have a workaround after some time. Probably I can get through this over a week and I can get it done. But where it gets more complex is when we have some variables, when we are not even aware of some of the variables. For example, if I have to take the example of professional dilemma, the most important decision is moving from one job to another job. Because we all have been working on a particular job for, say, X amount of years, and suddenly taking a decision to move to a different company, it's a huge decision to make. Because there are a few variables which you can easily attribute to. For example, if I'm getting a very good hike, then obviously it's a very easy thing for me to shift. If it's a better role, then it's an easy thing for me to shift. But there are some variables which we cannot quantify at all. We don't know how it's going to be. For example, like work-life balance, we will never know, okay, how it's going to be versus the previous, versus the new company. And also the trust that we have gained over the years in the previous company, I'm not sure how we will be able to evaluate how I'm going to go through that same process once again. It will take few months or few years also. So these are some variables which we can never quantify, which makes the dilemma even more critical, and we'll never get to know unless we make the decision. The third one is the interesting thing, which is the ethical dilemma. This is a common topic for most researchers and philosophers. They come up with imaginary scenarios on how you would deal with different ethical dilemmas. But I like examples from movies, because there are movies where they clearly talk about protagonist and antagonist. There are some movies that they clearly give it away. When you open the movie, there's a hero introduction song, so you clearly know, okay, this is the guy I'm going to root for. But there are movies where they don't give it away at all. Till the end, like, you have this dissonance of who is going to be the right person, who I'm going to root for. For example, I recently enjoyed this movie. I'm sure most of you would have watched. How many of you watched this movie, Vikram Vedha? Okay. Please watch the movie if you haven't. It has a very good, the two characters will be presented, and it's very hard to root for one character, because as the movie progresses, as the story progresses, you will get to change your theories, and you will get never, till the end, the movie will be hooking you till the end. So this is where, I mean, this is an easy example for you to understand where ethical dilemma comes in. But I mean, we all go through a lot of dilemmas, even the small things like we will, how to put it, we'll be going through a lot of decisions every day on a daily basis, but not every decision will actually make a big impact in your life. Those 2 or 3 decisions will actually make or break. So how do we get through this dilemma? So first thing is, obviously, we have to talk to a lot of people whom we are close to before making a decision. In case, if we can make a decision after 3-4 days, we can talk to people around us. Make sure you pick the people who can give you an unbiased view, because if the person is going to get impacted with the decision, probably they won't give you a proper decision to make. And second is, trust your instincts. It's always good to trust your instinct. And finally, just enjoy the process. I think as long as we enjoy the process and understand what's happening, most likely we will end up taking a very good decision in our lives. And with that, I will end my speech. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good morning again. So now we are on to the third speech. Before I call upon the speaker, and thank you so much, Dharani, for that wonderful speech. So I was little carried away by the next speech. So we all have dilemmas, no? Now you got solution for all your dilemmas. When we were children, no? Especially me, when we have dilemmas, no? We have a simple method that you assign, say let's say you want to get married or not get married. Assign this one married, this one not married. Go and ask the person next to you, touch one of them, one of the fingers. He touches, your dilemma is over. Correct? That is the easy fix on a lighter note. Okay, so we'll go to the third speech of the day, and I would like to call upon, is there Arijit, no? Available, no? Arijit, can you identify yourself? You are Arijit only? Okay, very good. So I was just thinking, it's somebody else. Then I thought, it is very difficult to introduce a person whom you know too much and the person whom you know nothing about. And since I could not contact him last few hours, so I thought, what would I introduce him? Now I know too much about him. He's a very jovial person. He loves the stage. He's able to interact with people so well. Please help me welcome the evaluator of the third speech, Toastmaster Arijit. I have plenty.
Okay, I'll use it. Yeah. So our next speaker is attempting his level 1 speech 4, and this has 2 parts. I will be evaluating the first speech. He will be receiving feedback from me and work diligently on it for his next speech. I also have to be diligent, and I have to check whether he has taken the bull by the horns or by the tail. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Gopi sir.
Thank you, Arijit. I was not knowing your name actually. Okay, good. So this speaker is working as a computational scientist, working for an oil and gas company. When I asked him about budgeting, he told me something which I felt it is an irony. He says budgeting is very essential, but he doesn't plan budgeting. He takes as it comes, which means he will just track the expenses and not make a budget. So that is something very interesting, so that we will not have the guilty feeling of not able to buy something which you really want, because if you have a budget, you are like constrained. So please help me welcome this gentleman. So the title of the speech is, IC Adventure, IC Adventure. So IC Adventure, Toastmaster Abhinesh.
Sir Ernest Shackleton was one of the pioneers when it comes to the heroic age of Antarctic exploration. He ventured to traverse the continent of Antarctica by foot and add glory to his country by being the first person on Earth to do so. But his expedition was a colossal failure. Nonetheless, his story has been so inspiring that it has been taken up as a case study in several top business schools like Harvard Business School to teach their students about leadership skills. So the story that I'm going to narrate will talk about why that is the case. In 1914, Shackleton, along with 27 of his crew members, ventured on an adventure to cross the Atlantic, and they ended up in the island of South Georgia. So South Georgia is an island which is the last of the human inhabited point, beyond which there will be nothing but the Antarctic Circle. But the local fishermen in South Georgia warned Shackleton not to venture further because of the extremely cold weather. And if he does venture, his ship might get stuck in the sheets of ice and he'll be stuck there till the next summer. Shackleton neglected the warnings. This was one of the gravest mistakes that he had committed. He ventured further south, and unfortunately, and eventually, his ship did get stuck in the pack of ice. And now the crew could do nothing but wait out the winter for the next summer to come in so that the ice breaks apart and the ship is set loose. This was one of the first challenges that Shackleton had faced. He had to manage the morale and boost the morale of his crew because he had to prevent idleness and boredom from settling in, because it was detrimental to the cohesion of the group as in that particular situation. He made sure that each and every member of the crew diligently followed a strict routine, and he also made sure and mandated that every person had to socially collaborate with everybody else. Again, this was to maintain the cohesion in the group. But Shackleton knew that this was not going to last long. During the winter in the Antarctic region, the ice started forming around the ship and it grew denser and denser. What happened was the ice started crushing the ship from all the sides. In October 1915, the hull of the ship finally gave in and water started entering the cabin. Shackleton ordered his men to abandon ship. Now they were trapped on the sheet of ice, surrounded by nothing for hundreds of kilometers. So Shackleton realized the gravity of the situation and made plans to make sure that each and every member of the crew survives, and the expedition turned into a survival mission. So they salvaged whatever they could from the sinking ship, which included 3 lifeboats and their daily supplies for their sustenance. Finally, they set sail in some of the stormiest of the oceans in the world for 5 continuous days and reached Elephant Island. Still, danger was looming close by because Elephant Island was one of the most inhabitable and desolate places on Earth, and no external rescue party was coming for them. Shackleton knew this. So once they reached Elephant Island, he again started planning for their rescue. To seek help, he took 5 other crew members and took the largest of the lifeboats and set sail towards South Georgia, which he knew would be inhabited by people. For 15 grueling days, he sailed. He sailed through the most treacherous of the oceans, risking his life and his men. He finally reached South Georgia. Once he reached there, still he had to trek across the dangerous mountain ranges of South Georgia to reach the settlement portion. So he had to trek for 36 hours. As soon as he reached the settlement, he started scouting for any available ships so that he can start a rescue party. He finally managed to convince the Chilean government to lend one of their naval boats, and along with the captain of the boat, he ventured again to Elephant Island across the same dangerous sea, again risking his life. Each and every person on that expedition was rescued and they were brought home alive. This was because of the resilience of Shackleton. This concludes the story about the expedition. Even though the expedition was a failure, Shackleton was praised as a national hero in Great Britain because of his leadership skills. He ticks some of the right boxes when it comes to leadership skills. One, he took responsibility for the lives of his men and made sure every one of them was alive. Two, he was able to adapt to ever-changing situations and make plans so that everybody again was brought alive. And three, he was able to instill confidence in his men in the direst of the situations when they were physically and mentally exhausted. This is why his story has been inspiring and has been taken up as case study in top business schools. But there is a section of people who don't consider him to be a good leader because of the mistakes that he had committed. One is that he neglected the warnings of the local fishermen. Two is that his equipment was not technologically advanced enough for the Antarctic expedition. And three is that the men he picked for the expedition were haphazardly picked. They weren't skilled enough for the expedition. If you would ask me, it is fine to have flaws in ourselves, especially leaders, because even if a person is at the stature of a leader, I'm okay as long as they have flaws, because these flaws add a touch of humanity. So that is what I look for in a leader. This is my stance. What is yours towards a leader? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinesh, for that wonderful speech. It reminded me of school days and college days where we used to read this kind of novels, where you will be like, you can't even breathe when you are reading that. So the speech was also like that, what is going to happen and how the expedition is going to happen. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Now we will come to the next stage of our Toastmasters program today, that is about table topic speech. To conduct this speech, we have a wonderful lady today, and when I asked her about her thoughts about budgeting, she gave me a very interesting answer. She told she and her husband were very diligent in maintaining monthly budgets until they had a baby. Then the hell broke loose. Sounds familiar? With babies, parents with babies? Yeah, good. So she loves to read, and she is also a certified Zentangle teacher. And anybody knows what is Zentangle? So I am not alone. So I had to refer dictionary. What is the Zentangle? She is a certified Zentangle teacher. So when I checked dictionary, I found out that it is like drawing the art, which is like, sometimes you find where is the head, where is the tail, you don't know. So it's like a very complicated art form, which while doing it calms your mind. So she is certified in that. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Bhamati. Yeah, yeah.
Hello everyone. So table topic speech. One of the most important sessions of a Toastmaster meeting, also a very uncomfortable one, especially for the table topic master, because the minute this session starts, people find the floor more interesting. So why is this a very important session? One, it is impromptu speeches which improve your on-the-feet thinking and your oratory skills. Why? Because we have it all in our head, but when it comes to saying it out, we are not finding enough words, or we don't find words at all, right? So let me start. Who is going to be the first volunteer to take the bull by the horns? Okay, I see Yaska's hand go first. Yaska. Toastmaster Yaska, your speech for today, table topic for today. If you had so much money that you need not work in your life, what would you do with it? If you had so much money that you need not work in your life, what would you do with it?
Thank you. This is a dream topic to anyone in this room or in this world. So what will I do if I had so much money that I need not work? First is I will stop working. Second, move out of Bangalore. Right? Go to a place where I don't need to do anything else. Right? Sit back, relax, and do things that I really love. Number one, I love to cook. Right? So I want to explore every possible option in that, and maybe start a restaurant as a passion, even if I bleed money. It's okay. Right? That's the first thing. Second thing, I'm a little spiritual person, so I want to explore that angle. So there are two things that are coming to my mind right away. Other than that, even if it bores me so much, the next thing I will do is travel the world, right? Because traveling and exploring places is something that is very innate to me, but after these two, right? So these are the three things that I would definitely do, but I sincerely hope, Mamati, that this comes true in my life, but I am not sure because it's not so easy, because as you go further, even if you get more money, it so happens that either you go in earning more and more, or you lose the money that you have by some or other reason, because the forces of this world are so high that equality happens. Right? So that's what I will do. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yaska. Looks like you gave it a lot of forethought, and you had so many things that you wanted to do. Who is going to be the next volunteer? Okay, I have Toastmaster Vaibhavi. Want to? You can. Okay, Toastmaster Vaibhavi, your topic, one key lesson about budgeting that you would like to share with everyone. One key lesson about budgeting that you would like to share with everyone.
Table topic master for the day has put a googly ball on me, although I call myself a very poor cricketer. This whole concept of budget itself is so new to me that I keep going from person to know more about it. And the googly that comes now is, what is that lesson, that eureka moment that you have learned, that you catch the bull by its horns and say, I am going to budget my life so well that I'll never go over budget. And that answers your question, I guess. The lesson that I've learned loud and clear, bold italics, is there is only one rule in budget: don't go over budget. Well, it is as simple as my mother would teach me when I was a kid. Stretch your legs as much that you have bedsheet. Sorry if I am not translating it exactly in English. It is a Kannada quote. What it means is, draw a line first, have the framework proper, set, and then plan for other things, whether it is about indulgence or savings or etc. So very well said by my mother, I can confidently say, because it's so diligent of her to say that once you know your salary income, once you know how much of money is coming in, maybe as freelance, maybe as your investments in the past, etc., and then you plan things further, maybe even more investments or shopping or any other aspect that you want to do. First and foremost that you have to fix is how not to go over budget. How to make sure that you don't cross that thin line and become obsessed about it. So yes, the rule that I've very fondly, very proudly learnt is not to go over budget, and thank you very much Table Topic Master for reminding me of that golden rule again. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaibhavi. A very key lesson shared with all of us. Thank you so much once again. Can I request any of the guest speakers to have a try now? See, during your introduction, most of you said, please, sir. I want to make myself uncomfortable, so please, yes, you should. Thank you. You can use the mic. So your name?
Anek Singh.
Anek Singh.
Anek, yeah, Anek.
Anek. Okay, Anek Singh. Since that we are on the topic of budgeting today, if money was not an issue, where would you be on a Monday morning?
Okay. Not in office for sure. So hello everybody, my name is Anek. So this is the first time I'm attending the Confluence of meeting. I think I saw in one of the group that this is a Hoodi plus Whitefield. So like 8 years ago, I used to live in Hoodi and used to work in Whitefield. So I thought, okay, let's go and see some faces. I think I already have, I saw one person, Vineet, who used to be a Toastmaster at that time. Okay, so if I don't need money, what I would do? On Monday morning, definitely I would not go to office, for sure. And I think the topic looks similar to me, that for the first speaker, right? It's the same topic or different topic? What do you think? It's the same topic?
It is a little different.
Okay, it's a different topic. So is it just about Monday or other days also, right?
You can choose any day.
Yeah, so I think if money is not a problem, all the days are same, right? Like Monday to Friday is kind of very bad for us, but if money is not a problem, sometimes I don't even remember that it's a Monday, right? If you take like holiday for a few days, let's say you are on holiday for 2 weeks, sometimes you forget that it's a Monday, Tuesday or whatever, right? So what I would say that if money is not a problem, then Monday, Tuesday won't matter to me. I will be on some beach or in some mountains, just enjoying, or then coming back to a Toastmasters meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Anek. Can I get the mic back, please? Next guest. You're a member, but you have not taken any role, so it's okay, you can come. After him, I will call you, ma'am. Your name?
Rahul.
Rahul.
Yes.
Yeah. So Rahul, the topic for you is, do you believe that the best things in life are free? Do you believe that the best things in life are free?
I'd say it depends on the perspective. I would say the best thing in life is your time, and it depends whether you can claim it back from the corporate world or not. If you are able to claim it back, then the time which you have is the best thing in life and it is free for you. And I truly believe in the FIRE movement, and I'm actively pursuing it. I would say probably I'm halfway done. I regularly count where I am at as on today to achieve that target. And for me, the best thing in life is not free. The time which I am not able to reclaim back from the work which I have, and probably after around 5-6 years or so, at least I hope so, the best thing in life would be free for me, my time back. That's for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You want to come? Your name?
Sapna.
Sapna. So Sapna, the topic for you is, does wisdom give you wealth? Does wisdom give you wealth, Sapna?
I strongly believe that wisdom gives you wealth, because what is wealth for me is that what is your priority you want to seek diligently in life. Exactly what are, there are different kind of people. For me, people are the wealth for me, to interact with them, to be with them, to make people happy. So if you wish to be with people, to make them happy, like my own understanding and my own satisfaction lies in doing charity, being spiritual, though I don't belong to that area and I work on the technology part, which I hate the most. But if you are keen to do, you have to pursue your passion, just make it alive, always be alive with that, and that's make you feel what you are internally. There are two things: you're working for a professional life and what you're working as an, for being, to justify as in your human being. So just always keep that inner human being live always, to keep yourself justified for your own self, that what exactly you are, and end of the day you should be happy about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sapna. Such a wonderful thought. Keep your inner human being alive. Thank you so much for that. Next speaker, Ankita. So, Ankita, the topic for you: does excess money make people more charitable? Does excess money make people more charitable? Ankita.
Okay. Hello everyone, I am Ankita Chanda. Okay. There are two perspectives to look at it. If I had excess money, then I would be thinking of having some free time, enjoying from some free time with my parents, where I would be able to buy a very big house for them, go to a foreign country with them. And the other perspective which I believe is having excess money means to have it stored in some mutual funds. Now what I've heard from my friends is that you can have a mutual fund where you have 17 lakhs or 50 lakhs stored in. But what are you going to do with it? That's the next plan, right? So having excess money has two parts of it. One is we can give away, in which the things we have been dreaming for, those could be executed well. And the other one is that we can keep storing in and storing in and storing in for many years. And at the end, we do not have any plan that what we want to do with it, right? So I believe that having excess money can have two sides. There are two sides of the same coin, and it depends on how wisely we make decisions or how wise we should be to use that money, and how diligent we are while we pursue those dreams, or have a line when we think of spending it a lot for our dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ankita. You had a very good argument for both sides of it. So thank you so much. Okay, next and the last topic. So Toastmaster Vinayak, your topic: early exposure to financial education is important. Early exposure to financial education is important. Vinayak.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master of the Day. This is a topic which is very, very close to my heart. I cannot stress enough on the fact that financial education is something that needs to be introduced to schools very, very early, even from maybe kindergarten to onwards. It needs to be there. Nowadays, money seems like I'll narrate an anecdote regarding this, right? We were, my daughter, young daughter, she wanted to buy something, and we went, she was telling me, I want to buy this toy, that toy, some fancy toy she wanted to buy. And I said, no, I don't have any money to buy that. See, my purse is empty. I showed her my purse and it was empty. She said, no, if you go to the browser, if you go to Chrome, if you go to Amazon, if you order, it will come home. Why do you need money for that? So the entire concept, and when we were young, I mean, I mean, I'm putting myself in that age where we used to carry money, it used to be physical, giving it to the shopkeepers, and you used to feel the pinch of getting the money out, the wallet lightening, so to say. It was, you could visualize it, you could feel it. It doesn't need to be a mental calculation that you need to do. Nowadays, with UPI, with easy loans available, pay later, EMIs, the concept, it becomes very, very easy. I was reading a statistic that more than 70% of Indian households are spiraling into debt right now, and which is because the understanding of finance is not up to the mark. And I believe for that to happen, we need to start young. We need to start as young as possible. It can be maybe like Abhimanyu, we should have it in the womb, and prenatal classes should be held or something like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinayak. Can I get the mic back? Thank you so much, Vinayak. As a parent, I also agree with it. And I think in India, when it comes to money, people become very awkward in discussing this as a dinner table topic. But I consciously have started doing this so that my child doesn't grow up with the assumptions that, okay, money is just available and you can go ahead on Amazon and order. So I try to stop his behaviors right now. I'm trying to inculcate stopping of impulsive spending and understanding that it is important to save for tomorrow. With this, my time today is at an end.
How is it working?
How is it working? That is a different question altogether. Okay, with this, I would like to hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Gopinath. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master, for that wonderful session. And in fact, I like each and every topic. I felt like going and speaking. It was very nice. One of the topics I found very profound. She asked, the most important things in life are free. And I thought that is very profound, because the most important thing on the planet, it's free, without which you can't live even 1 minute. The air is free. In fact, time is free as well. There is no cost to time. Unless you become so busy without budgeting your time, you become so busy and the time becomes suddenly precious for you. So it's a very profound table topic session. Thank you so much. And now we have another very interesting, yeah, please give her a big round of applause. I think we missed the applause for all the speakers also as well. Please give it to them, all the speakers. Now we have a very interesting session called poetry. Can I just know where is Ananya? Ananya, is it still there? Toastmaster Ananya? So we will go ahead with this one. Okay, good. So in fact, that was something which was very interesting, what she told me about budgeting, that budgeting means to her is that long-term goals, and long-term goals and being disciplined in your budgeting, in your planning for long-term goals. Because as a financial planner, it was like music to my ears, like she Ankita told, no, that you have to stay invested first, then you start reaping the benefits of it. That's exactly what our advice to people is. So now we'll go to the next session, which is about evaluation. So I would like to call upon our most humorous general evaluator, DTM KVM Kishore.
Thank you, Gopinath sir. So, everybody, did you enjoy the session today?
Yes.
I'll spoil it for you. Okay. So, we'll start with the individual evaluations of the speakers. So, the first speaker for today, and excuse me, rather, is it the voting is done soon after the speaker's evaluation is done? There is no voting towards the end? Okay, great. So, first speaker for today, Ranju being evaluated by Vaibhavi, right? Sorry, Vaibhavi, please come up on stage. Karthik, what's the timing that Ranju took?
Ranju
Renju took 6 minutes.
6 minutes, yeah.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator.
Okay.
Is it any better now? Thank you very much, General Evaluator. My target speaker, Renju, has taken us on a long drive of humor, acting, and a power-packed conclusion. As they say, sometimes the best therapy that you need is a long drive. My evaluation is divided into 3 sections. A, accelerator, the aspects that accelerated your speech. B, breaks or humps in the smooth ride that can be avoided. And C, clutch, which will enhance the engine power. How many of you know how to drive a car? And how many of you can drive a car? This beautiful dichotomy brought in a lot of suspense in the audience, which kept us hooked to your speech. This was a diligent move, which for sure you caught the bull by its horns. Very well job done. Moving on to the breaks. Although you are a fantastic humorous speaker where you actually entertain the audience really well, the tone and pitch of your speech has to be regulated a bit is what I feel. For example, when you said that $1 million question, can you drive a car? My husband did not ask me that. Saying that adds more entertainment than saying that $1 million question of how can you drive a car? My husband did not ask me a question. This is the power of pitch and tone. Also, when you said never ever learn anything from your husband, if you do that compared to don't learn anything from your husband, it adds to those detailing in your speech is what I felt. Coming to C, clutches. What I feel is when I observe General Evaluator Toastmaster Kishore, he involves a lot of punches, a lot of jokes in his performance, what I would say, which will keep the audience hooked, which adds a lot to the audience engagement. Also using the word of the day, idiom of the day, with the limited attention span as we audience have, if you can come up with a few more questions. I know that in the initial phase of your speech, you asked how many of you can know how to drive a car and how many of you can drive a car. When you asked that question, there was audience interaction, raise of hands and other things. However, if you would continue that within your speech, not just by using the word of the day or the idiom of the day or other punches or other techniques, it would for sure would have been the most entertaining speech that you would have. You did meet your speech objectives very well, no doubt on that. You are a very humorous, engaging speaker with a few dents, with a few correction in the dents in the car that you already have. I'm sure it will run as a Formula 1 car in the race. With this, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Vaibhavi. Brilliant evaluation, and I'm sure you didn't learn that from your husband. So, great job done, and as a general evaluator, my job is to evaluate the evaluator. So what I would say is that wonderful observations in terms of how pitch and tone are important and how she has brought out brilliant humor. One thing I would suggest is when you are evaluating such speeches, try to look at which are the loose ends or which are the things where they could have appealed for a higher cause. So for example, when I look at her speech, it was all about the automotive and learning an automotive. That could have been related to various other things in life as well. If there were a couple of things that had come in that direction, people would have related it to it in a much better way. Such kind of feedbacks are some things that you could look at. Apart from that, Renju, lovely speech, brilliant humor. You must take up humorous speaking, humorous writing. Because there are lovely punchlines in your humor, whether it was like majestically going at a 20-30 kilometers speed or several other punchlines, do not learn from your husband, and beautifully done. So there is great humor that you are able to deliver. So I would definitely ask you to work, and I'm sincerely sorry on behalf of all the men for being this biased guys who never check with their wife, can you drive? But trust me, in support of your husband, once a husband knows that the wife is comfortable with him drinking, There is nothing else we want to check. That's it. That's the most important thing we want. Anyways, but brilliant speech. Thank you, Ranju, for sharing that. And moving on to the next speech, which was delivered by Dharani and being evaluated by Vineet. Vineet.
Thank you, General Evaluator, GTM, District Champion of Humorous Speech. So many adjectives KVM Kishore has. Toastmaster Dharani. To start with, I think he excelled in, let me put it in two parts. I'll talk about what he excelled in and what are my opinions about how can it have been a bit better. Right? So let's talk about the things that Toastmaster Dharani excelled in. I really liked the content of your speech. I think it was well structured in three parts. Your dilemmas, right? We all have dilemmas. Even while coming here, we had dilemmas. Shall we come or not? Right? Many of us were not able to make. Many of us are here. Right? So dilemmas is something that we connect. The title was itself so powerful. Personal, then professional, and then you talked about the ethical dilemmas. Takeaways was amazing. When you ended that, I think that is still imprinted in my head, that trust your instincts, enjoy the process. Now the second part, things that you may want to work on. Again, my opinions. Purpose was, the whole purpose of the speech was vocal variety and body language. That's where I think there is a bit of improvement area. So these things, vocal variety can test your tone, your speed, your volume, and what I felt was most of the time it was quite steady. I didn't see change in the volume, change in the speed or the tone. And vocal variety also depends on the content, right? For KVM Kishore, DTM KVM Kishore, he can bring vocal variety anywhere, but for all of us, I think we have to work on the content. The moment you have some few characters in the content, the moment you have some dialogues between those characters, we have more chances of using our vocal variety and all. Again, I felt that content was not that, is not enabling you to bring those things. So what I will suggest, one of the challenge that I will give you for the next speech maybe is work with your mentor, record yourself and work on the vocal variety. Even I have been working on that, and even after so many years with Toastmaster, I am not great in my vocal variety and speech. I think that's where we need to work with someone. That will be a challenge I will give you for the next speech. And practice in front of mirror, I will say, but all in all, amazing speech, great content, and amazing takeaways that I am taking with me. With that, over to you, DTM.
Thank you, Vineet. Brilliant job done. I was really looking forward to your evaluation because you had a very tough job today, which was evaluating the speech of Dharani, which kind of fits into the context of, presenting to an audience, but doesn't fit into the context of the speech premise. Dharani, all I want to tell you is, I'm sure you know that feeling of pursuing a girl for probably a year and she telling you that, I really love you, but as a friend, right? So, it's exactly the same feeling, lovely speech, but when it is tagged to vocal variety and it is sort of a discussion about, telling people dilemmas, it just doesn't fit. That I think you get the message. So, probably there are two possibilities. One is you really want to try vocal variety, but something is holding you back, so you are trying to choose a safer topic. Or you have a topic and you just have to put into this. Whichever way, try to deliver that from a vocal variety perspective. I think you will do wonders. So great job done. So let's give a good round of applause to both the evaluator. Right. So the third speech for today being evaluated by Arijit. Arijit. Yeah.
Water, water everywhere, and all the boats did shrink. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinesh, for that beautiful speech which reminded me of these lines from the Ancient Mariner written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The story was similar to that of Sir Ernest Shackleton, who dreamt of an expedition and made a sojourn to Antarctica. Like the very beautiful poem, The Ancient Mariner, you very beautifully narrated of the ordeal of Sir Ernest Shackleton, the dream, the desire, the difficulty, and the determination and diligence with which he rescued his members of the crew. I have covered a lot of D because Whitefield is a new entrant in Division D. What I enjoyed about your speech, that you are a very natural storyteller, especially the way you refer to the numbers. The number references very like 22 crew members, the name references, the name of the islands, Elephant Island and the other islands going to Chile. So that was pretty nicely brought forward. That helps the audience to connect with what is happening. You are painting a very beautiful picture in our thoughts. Then there was this linear narration where every action was explained, why he did this, what happened, why he did, and what transpired after that. So that's a very natural way of telling a story. You scored it really well, and what I enjoyed was the appropriate word choices you had. Instill confidence, then you used words like neglected warnings, and a very beautiful word, cohesion and resilience. So that was used very nicely. However, now I have to suggest you a few areas which you can work on, because you are a very good speaker. I love the stage presence you have. But try to involve the audience a little bit. When you are telling the hulk of the ship crashed, whoosh, make that sound. And at that time, the trees were exactly clanging, clashing besides the slate. So try to use that. Use a little bit of presence of mind similar to this. So what happens that you are painting an image of the challenges, the horror the crew was facing, and we can also relate it with. The next thing, what I really enjoyed your speech was there was this element of horror, and then at the end the joy. But you have to ask the audience, you have to make those voices or sounds, or ask them the question, would you feel scared in such a situation? What will you do as a leader over there? A beautiful takeaway. But then again, try to relate it with the audience or with yourself of how you have perceived it, or end the speech with what would you have done when you were at the position of Sir Richard Shackleton. On that note, I really enjoyed your speech. Looking forward to hear more of you.
Thank you, Arijit. Again, as a general evaluator, I'll have to evaluate the evaluator. So, Arijit, great attempt in terms of, trying to highlight the points, and specifically, I think your financial background helps you to come to the numbers and other aspects of observations that you did. Good job in terms of highlighting the various aspects and other things. One thing I want you to understand is that when we look at speeches like this, we'll have to kind of get the pulse in terms of what is the speaker trying to do. And when we look at that, what I understand is that the speaker brilliantly has used the rule of what we talk about in Toastmasters as any speech should have three elements, which is tell them what you want to tell them, then tell them what you have told them. So three things is this speech is about: tell them what you want to tell them, then you tell them, and then you tell them what you have told them to reinforce. The purpose, what I found in Abhinesh's speech was that when he starts off talking about this was a case study in Harvard, etc. and all, more than the storytelling part of it, he wants to stress upon the application side of it. That is why I felt there wasn't much of a body language, voice modulation and other things invested into the storytelling portion of it. But there was brilliant usage of language and other things which appealed to that line of a Harvard style of storytelling or Harvard style of building a case study, business case, and things like that. So in that case, what is the kind of feedback that we can give for him, which again you covered in terms of appealing it to different things and other things. So which is great. Abhinesh, I would really applaud you for giving this wonderful speech to us, because because it definitely followed that all that standards of having a speech that is kind of memorable, and I'm sure like most of us haven't heard of Mr. Shackleton, Mr. Shackleton, and a brilliant story which was put in a right way. Only thing I suggest is that you'll need to have very clear takeaways for people in this kind of a speech. So towards the end of it, in our life as a leader, so what are the 3 things that we can learn from Shackleton and implement? Unless you tell that, it is like, again, because you know the story well and you have kind of traversed through that journey, I am not sure about what are the 3 things. So you want me to kind of support the team all the time, or you want me to kind of be physically and mentally tough enough to go and negotiate with the government and make things happen? What exactly are the 3 things that I should be doing, right? That would have been a wonderful takeaway for all of us, but that doesn't take away the brilliant story that you have shared with us and the lovely thoughts about that we are going to reflect upon our own journeys as leaders. So a good round of applause both to the speaker and the evaluator. Do we now do the voting or towards the end? Okay, great. So before we move on to the next section, let us have the role takers kind of present their reports. So can we have the grammarian give her report? Vishnupriya.
Thanks everyone, and it was really a wonderful speech, all the speakers and even the tabletop topics. It was really wonderful. I see everybody has used the word of the day diligently, and our Toastmaster of the day has used most. But some of the speakers, they didn't include their this word into the speech as well. And the face of the day, the take the bull by the horns, I think most of the punch dialogue, I would say, has been said in that way. So it's wonderful. Some of the words that I could recall is connecting with it's a humorously saying in a way that I'm a Yamaraja. I mean, Kishore, you were saying it's so connected humorously. And spiller alert, this was a word which used in one of the speaking. It was something new, I felt. And group of onhookers. So this is also something which new terminology, like group of people coming together is being used. And there is a strong word about empowerment, women's empowerment. It was stressed twice, so it was also very good in terms of good language to be used. There is also one ending line which talks about results doesn't happen over a time. It doesn't happen over a time, not overnight. So that was a punch dialogue, which is also very good. I saw. The other thing which I also liked is a colossal failure. So this is very strong word which is being used in one of the speech, which really talks about the leadership who didn't take a proper steps in order to protect his team. So that colossal failure was one of the strong word I can see. Then I saw giggling ball. I mean, that's also one of a word which is talking about humorously and also foolishly in terms of expressing them. So I think that's also a good word I felt. In terms of improvement, to be honest, I could not find anybody who was fumbling or anything, but there was one person was saying that how to put this word. So maybe he's talking in his mind that how do I say this word. Maybe a suggestion that instead of telling how to put this word, to make you guys to understand easily, I want to say like this. Maybe the word can be rephrased that way. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vishnupriya. I deliberately did not use the phrase take the bull by its horn. People will think I am inviting for a fight or something. So otherwise, good round of applause to Vishnupriya for meticulously noting down all the good usages. Now, let's move on to the R counter for today. Bhim Shankar. Yeah.
I will just read out. Toastmaster Kamalakan, Sergeant at Arms, used 2 times Toastmaster Arun, no filler sounds or crutch words. Toastmaster Gopinath, full impactful communication. Toastmaster Renju, no filler sounds or crutch words. Toastmaster Dharani used 3 times Toastmaster Abhinesh used 3 times Toastmaster Bhamati used more than 5 times Toastmaster Kishore, more than 5 times Toastmaster Karthik, 2 times Toastmaster Vishnupriya, more than 5 times and 2 times And Toastmaster Vaibhavi, Toastmaster Vikas, Toastmaster Arjit, impactful communication, fully not used. Toastmaster Yasika, sorry, Yasika? Yeah. Yasika. No filler sounds or crutch words. Toastmaster Vaibhavi in table topics used 1 times Toastmaster Anek, no filler sounds or crutch words. Toastmaster Rahul, 2 times Toastmaster Sapna, 2 times Toastmaster Ankita, 1 times Toastmaster Vinayak, 3 times Thank you. This is for improvement, not criticism. Practice, preparation and a steady pace can help us produce.
Thanks, Bhim Shankar. Meticulously done. Good job. And it's Yaska. Please get it right. Otherwise, he'll give a speech. Okay. So the next person, we have timer, Karthik. Would you like to give your evaluation?
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, it was wonderful speeches, lot of stories. I was immersed in certain stories. Initially, I was diligent about I should be concentrate on timing. Like sometimes people were saying, hey, start the timer. That's how I was. But I believe I did my job. So first of all, timing on prepared speeches. Renju, it's 6 minutes. Before starting, everybody, all the speeches were on time or before the overall time. No speech was disqualified today. And then Dharani, it is 6 minutes 22 seconds. Abhinesh, it's 7 minutes 20 seconds. Evaluations, Vaibhavi, 2 minutes 53 seconds. Vinith, it's 2 minutes 36 seconds. Arjit, it's 3 minutes 30 seconds, very close. Bhim Shankar, it is 1 minute 30 minutes. And on the table topics, Yashaka, right? I pronounced Yashka. Sorry about it. Huh? You're lucky he's not there. Yeah. Thank you. It's 1 minute 27 seconds. Vaibhavi, 2 minutes. Anek Singh, 1 minute 22 seconds. Rahul, it's 1 minute. Sapna, it's 1 minute 8 seconds. Ankita, 1 minute 29 seconds. Vinayak, 1 minute 48 seconds. That's all I noted. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Karthik. I think the timing kind of indicates how everybody were comfortable speaking with the times and other things. And just a note to whoever, all the people from Hoodi, let us include this in grammarian script about how to pronounce Yaska so that we'll not have a problem at all. Okay, now moving on to the other roles and the way the meeting has been done today. I think I came almost half an hour early thinking that the meeting starts at 10 o'clock, and by then Trilok was here, everything was set up, everything was spick and span. So let's give a huge round of applause to Trilok. Where are you? Okay, he's outside. Yeah. For making sure everything was in place, and Trilok, good Sergeant at Arms address as well. So, sorry, Kamal, sorry. Okay. Okay, that was the initial interaction, right? Sorry, I confused it, right? Okay, Trilok, thanks a lot for making sure everything was in place. And then the meeting started exactly on time. Like, this is the, I mean, even I recently traveled by Vande Bharat, it started 1 minute late, but the meeting started exactly on time. So, brilliantly done. Meeting started on the time, and Sergeant at Arms, I think you have taken care of the place as well as other things as well. So, only thing that wasn't planned for was the stand is falling down, but let us take it that they fell in appreciation of the meeting. So, brilliant job done in the entire meeting. And as a Sergeant at Arms, I think everything was great. You laid down the ground rules as well as a very good introduction provided to the President for giving the presidential address. Only thing is that you can speak for at least a minute, say energetic good morning, how is everyone doing kind of a thing, because that kind of sets the tone for the entire meeting. That was the only thing missing. But otherwise, thanks a lot for all the effort that you have put in and the good welcome that you have ensured for the people. So a good round of applause to Kamal, please. And then we had our presidential address by Arun, which was more or less like hosting a stand-up comedy. So he's finding it difficult to come out of that, I think. But a good job done. Like, it was very inviting, ensuring all the guests are introduced and a speech is done. Only thing I would want to tell this to anybody is the classical structure of Toastmasters is that the President asks the guests to speak after or before he does the presidential address. The intention is that for guests especially, there is a lot of hype set about President, and President himself is asking to introduce yourself, so you feel like you are very important, or that importance is given to you. And then it is reinforced with a presidential address of 3 to 5 minutes, which is like really well prepared. And that's when the guests are convinced like this is a place I have to be. So this is the classical structure of Toastmasters, why there is a presidential address, which of late, because either number of guests are increasing or because of being busy, this is not happening. But I would like people to consider that and have proper presidential addresses done at any of the conferences, especially particularly meetings like this as such. Otherwise, I think it was hilarious and he kind of ensured everybody felt at home. So let's give a good round of applause to Arun. And after that, we had the table topics master for today, Bhamati. Bhamati is a good friend of mine, so I really can't say negative things. But it's always a pleasure to see Bhamati full of smiles, and she puts you at a lot of comfort whenever she does any role. So I think that is a very important thing for a table topics master, because there are new people who are taking part, and she did manage well that portion of some members and some newcomers or guests also taking the table topics. Only thing is, the table topics need not be in line with the theme. They could be anything, so there could have been multiple interesting topics for people, but that's another thing. But I think a good job done. Everybody spoke for more than a minute, which indicates that people were very comfortable. So let's give a huge round of applause to Bhamati for being the table topics master for today. And finally, the man of the day, the Toastmaster of the day, who has ensured this brilliant meeting, holding it from the beginning till the end, introducing everybody and making sure everything went seamlessly. So the Toastmaster of the day is a very difficult job, because they should hold the meeting in such a way where they don't get elevated, but they make sure that everybody else gets the limelight. I think Mr. Gopinath did a wonderful job that way by bringing in these small snippets of finance and other things, at the same time giving a lot more time to the speaker in terms of telling what they felt about a particular topic and things like that. One small suggestion, Mr. Gopinath, is like when it is a meeting like this where two different clubs are meeting, having something which is a little more jovial, not exactly finance, but like probably something where people are are interested, like travel or something, could have been much more engaging, because here somebody is giving a speech and then we are trying to talk about finance, so it's a kind of a small detour. So the choice of the topic could be one thing that you could think of, but otherwise I think the way you have handled, the way you have brought in humor, the way you have made everybody feel very special is absolutely brilliant. So let's all give it up for Mr. Gopinath, the Toastmaster of the day. So I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. It was all worth to kind of run away from the relatives who had come home on a Sunday morning and come here, and I hope you all enjoyed this meeting as well. So you have been a lovely audience, and it was wonderful to be the GE for today. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM KVM Kishore. In fact, I had a debate with my daughter, who is actually the mentor at home, Toastmaster mentor at home, my youngest child. So she said, this is not a good topic. I said, no, this is a budget week. So we should have budget, something related to the current event. So we had a debate, and finally I won means I lost. So now we'll go. Now, just now we had the topic of this poetry reciting, right? And some people were, I could see that they were a little disappointed that the person is not here and we are not going to have it. But I have a good news, the person is here and we are really going to have that. To compensate for that, we will not have one, we will have two. Okay, is that good deal? Okay, now let me call upon Toastmaster Ananya, whose introduction was like, I told you, music to my ears. She talked about staying long term and long term goals and discipline and what else you can have in a fiscal year budget. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Ananya.
So much. Thank you for the introduction, and I apologize that I was a little late, but I will make sure that it is worth it for you, everybody. So ever since I started working, everybody that I know, my friends, my family, everyone is bugging me to buy a car. You should buy a car. Why are you not buying a car, right? And I've never found the need or want to buy a car. Like I don't want it, I don't need it, why should I buy a car? But instead of buying a car, I bought a bicycle. I surprised everybody. And everyone was like, why did you bought a, like, why? You should have bought a car. So recently I wrote a poetry on my bicycle. So I'm going to recite like why I bought a bicycle. I often keep dreaming about my bicycle, with a pink basket and a little comfy seat on the back. Riding it all around town, the happiest I have ever become. Competing with all the kids who told me I couldn't ride well. Well, now who has the coolest one of them all? I see places and the air romances my hair. You see, it's hard to stop when your feet can feel everyone's stare. Because you know what? You are flying. The air rushing in and out of your t-shirt, making you feel like you really have wings. With my little bicycle, you see, nothing was impossible. When I wake up, I find myself in the body of an adult. I rush and try to find my bicycle, but I couldn't. People riding Lamborghinis and BMWs all around town, my little bicycle seems to have lost its crown. I see kids riding their bicycles and I wish I could join them, laughing and having their silly little convos about how the English teacher was so rude to them, but people keep asking me, when would I buy a car? But you know, I keep imagining about this bicycle with a pink basket and a little comfy seat at the back, one that I would ride all around town, and I will be the happiest that I've ever become. In a world where people desire BMWs and Lamborghini, is it weird to long for my little bicycle? It is something that haunts me every night. So now, When I see a kid riding a bicycle, I smile at them. I wish they'll take good care of it and restore the charm that it has always been. Keep the crown up high because my little bicycle is better than all of your rides. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananya, for that wonderful poetry. Very nice. We have one more person, Ankita Chanda, who spoke about Ankita, no? Kapil. Okay. So, Toastmaster Kapil with a very charming face.
All right, so it's a story about how you move on from teenage to, moving to a different city. I'm sure most of you might have moved from different cities to come down to here. So it's a poem and it goes like the sun, always in a hurry to meet the horizon, almost 23 years of my life have passed away. Like sand slipping out of my hand, like the favorite part of the song that you don't want to go away, but it does. From the comfort of home to the comfort of school and then being on my own. Getting a new job, finding new college, and getting frustrated with both altogether. Life hasn't been easy, but it's fun. Teenage is such a confusing phase of life. You're always trying to find answers, but life never gets done adding challenges to itself. Like a never-ending roller coaster ride, people join you, they make promises, and more than happily break them. You give them too much of information, you reveal all your secrets, maybe more than needed, more vulnerable than you would like to be. It's not, but then what's the point of love if it's not unconditional, whether with yourself or others? When you learn to live on your own, there's a feeling mingled with each other, a joy of having no one to disturb you, and then the haunting one, when you have no one around with whom you can talk. This makes you go back to the people who care the least about you. But then it's all about learning. To stop yourself, you'll eventually find people who truly understand and love you for who you are and won't leave you in your worst. So as I said, life's tough, but fun. Every dusk shall be followed by a dawn, fall by spring, and life will be better if it isn't today. Keep learning, accept the challenges, and solve problems. And remember, your problems will never have an end. But you can change your perception. The way you look at things makes a lot of difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kapil. That was a very inspiring poem about the problems, Somebody told, your problem is not your problem. I think that is very profound. Your problem is not your problem. So with that, I enjoyed today's Toastmaster of the Day role. And anything is pending? One more? One more poem is there, okay. Please, you are running out of time, no? Okay. So we'll definitely have, I think it is becoming very popular, the poetry reciting. So we'll slowly shift from speeches to poetry. Is that better? So, okay. So I would like to call back Toastmaster Radha Kashinathan, our president of Whitefield Toastmasters. No?
VP Education.
VP Education. Because last week you were there as a president, so you know that became the precedence. So please call me, help me welcome Toastmaster Kashmir.
We'll speak, but before that, we are running 10 minutes ahead the agenda. So I need floor approval if we can extend the meeting for 10 more minutes. Can I have the approval? Perfect. Before we do anything, I would request everybody to vote for the winners. We have two QR codes. Sajjan Arms can just circulate one. There was one mistake in that voting link, so we had to delete all the responses. So I would request everybody to vote again. Extremely sorry. We'll give you 60 seconds. Please vote now. We have categories such as Best Speaker, Toastmaster Renju, can you stand up? Toastmaster Dharani and Toastmaster Abhinesh. So these are the best speaker. Thank you so much. Next category we have Best Evaluator. May I request Toastmaster Vaibhavi, Toastmaster Vineet and Toastmaster Arijit to stand up. Our best evaluators. Can you just go that side, sir? Okay, please, thank you. Next, we have Best Table Topic Speaker. I would request everybody to sit down, Ankita and everyone, and just stand up. Toastmaster Yasika, Vaibhavi, Anek, Rahul, Sapna, Ankita and Vinayak on your places. They are for the category Best Table Topic Speakers. Next, we have Best Role Player, Main Role Player. May I request Toastmaster of the Day Gopinathan, General Evaluator DTM Kishore and Table Topics Master Bhamati to stand up, please. Toastmaster Gopinathan. They are from the category Best Role Player. Then we have Best Auxiliary Role Player, Timer Karthik, Grammarian Vishnu Priya, Poet Accounter Bhima Shankar. Can you please stand up? Then we have Best Poet Master. Thank you. Toastmaster Ananya and Toastmaster Kapil. All right, 30 more seconds. So far we have received 17 responses and I can see we have more than 35 members in this room. Okay, meanwhile you vote, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge all the leaders sitting here. May I request Division D Director Yasika, Area A3 Director Nitish and Area D4 Director Jonathan to come on the stage and share their feedback or experience about the meeting. You have 1 minute to do so. Everybody, Yasika, Nitesh and Jonathan, please come on the stage right now. Where is the mic? Second mic. One by one. Please, please, please take the stage.
Thank you so much for inviting. It's been a pleasure to see two clubs come together from two different areas and conducting a rendezvous meeting. And I feel like in a contest zone. There's another TLA happening. I think we are matching the attendance here. Right, so very happy to see that. Please keep doing such great meetings, inspire more audience, right? Get more members and let's affect more people to a positive change. Thank you.
Number 2 is.
I thought table topic is over, so I'll not get this 1 minute. But I like the theme of the meeting, budget, and that's why I thought let me join today. I was missing Hoodi Toastmasters meeting for some weeks now, and credit goes to all the district officers who are planning something in every weekend. But glad to be here, some awesome speeches, and I'm looking forward to deliver my speech as well very soon. This kind of audience is always amazing when two clubs come together and all of them take part. It's amazing to see all of you. Thank you.
Kishore.
Hi, my name is Jonathan, and who are there in the Hoodi Toastmasters Club? Okay, Okay, I'm your area director. So I'm replacing Ajit, and I'm going to be area director. I know many people from the Whitefield Toastmasters from the previous meeting. Yeah, with that table topics things and all. The energy is like very vibrant, and the ambience and all is really great here. I'm great to be here, and thank you for this opportunity to speak.
Thank you, leaders. Thank you so much. We have the winners with us. May I request the VP Education of Hoodi Toastmasters Club to come and present the certificates, everybody. Toastmaster Alok. So we'll start with the best speaker. Any guesses who is the best speaker for Rendezvous meeting between Whitefield and Hoodi Toastmasters Club? Audience is correct. Best speaker for today's meeting, Toastmaster Abhinesh. Don't stop that. Use second phone, no?
Yeah, we're using a different. Yeah.
Applause must go on, everybody. Best evaluator, any guesses? Toastmaster Vaibhavi. Please be here. Session special. What was the session special for this meeting? Best poet master for this meeting. Any guesses? Toastmaster Ananya. Ananya, stay there. Best table topic speaker. We had 7 amazing speakers. Come on, best table topic speaker. Nobody voted or what? Toastmaster Vaibhavi. Best role player. DTM Kishore. Best auxiliary role player. Someone who is playing this, who played this role for the first time. Grammarian Toastmaster Vishnupriya. One group picture with all the winners, please. Show off your beautiful certificates, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, meeting winner for Rendezvous meeting between Whitefield and Hoodi Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much. We're already 8 minutes late. Okay. I should definitely be very grateful and thankful to all those amazing minds, souls who made our first Rendezvous meeting possible. I would request the organizing committee to stand up on their place. From Hoodi Toastmasters Club, the President, Toastmaster Arun, the VP Education, Toastmaster Trilok, the VP Membership, Toastmaster Vinayak, and Toastmaster Arijit, who helped us in this communication. From Whitefield Toastmasters Club, our President Toastmaster Akshay, our VP Membership Distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir, our Sergeant Arm Toastmaster Sarvanan. Thank you to sorry. Our beautiful VP PRs from both the clubs. Please stand up. Thank you so much for making this possible. Without your direct and indirect involvement, this was not possible. Thank you so much. And and a beautiful, beautiful value addition by all the amazing speakers, evaluators and role players. Thank you so much for being so good at your work and be there before time, making sure you are playing your role most beautiful way. So thank you so much. Before we end the meeting, I have just few things to share. We have Toastmaster Vinayak from Hoodi Toastmasters Club, who is the VP membership for Hoodi Toastmasters Club. So if you have any questions, membership related questions, please contact our VP membership from Hoodi, Toastmaster Vinayak. And for any membership query with Whitefield Toastmasters Club, you can connect either with DTM Mazai or with me, Radha Kashinathan. And we both club meet on Sundays. The details related to meetings will be shared. Please do join our guest group. And before we end this meeting, I have one final activity to do. Ready? Yes. So this is for everybody who took this stage and everybody who missed the chance to took the stage, but they are motivated enough that next time they get the opportunity, they'll be there and express themselves. So you have to clap. Nothing else, okay? So I'll snap once, you'll clap once. I'll snap twice, you will clap twice. Got it? Everybody? One demo? Sing in sync. 3, 2, 1 again. Awesome. Thank you so much. With that, I end this beautiful meeting and I would request everybody to come on the stage and have a group picture and then help yourself with the amazing refreshments. Thank you so much.